Good morning, welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We have some humid and warm conditions out there this morning. Going to continue to see humid and warm conditions for the afternoon hours. We'll have a cold front approaching from the west and that'll provide us with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. So moving to the late afternoon and early evening hours today. Look at the conditions of the last 24 hours. Saw temperatures anywhere from the lower 90s to the upper 70s across the Mid-Atlantic regions. Those locations across the north and western portions of the Mid-Atlantic region were the coolest, with the rainfall and clouds across the area keeping those highs down, while the locations to the south, especially across the Tidewater, were the warmest, with Norfolk at 91 degrees. Here at Wallops we were 85 degrees. Last night we saw temperatures in the upper 60s to mid to upper 70s. Here at Wallops we were at 76 for our overnight low. Baltimore was a cool spot at 68 degrees. Good amount of precipitation across the Mid-Atlantic region yesterday. Washington saw over 2 inches of rain at 2.46 inches of rain. Here at Wallops we just saw 1800s. Most of the locations around a quarter to half an inch of rainfall. As of 9 a.m. we are seeing temperatures rebound quite nicely into the lower 80s across the region in general. Some locations still reading into the upper 70s, and Baltimore was the cool spot at 73 degrees. Here at Wallops we are 81 with mostly cloudy skies. 12Z sounding from this morning. Our freezing levels at 14,100 feet. Our winds are the west-southwesterly component at 21 knots at low levels, continuing with that west-southwesterly wind up to 16,000 feet, with a peak wind this morning at the 16,000 feet level at 38 knots, and our winds become more northwesterly above that around 30 knots. Looking at our radar this morning, we see we have a line of weak showers across the Appalachians, also a line of weak showers, broken line across the central portions of Virginia. Showers should develop across central Virginia today, developing into some thunderstorms by the afternoon hours, and that possibly could give us showers and thunderstorms as we move into late afternoon to evening hours as they approach from the west towards the Wallops region. Looking at our 9Z surface analysis, we have a cold front across the Appalachians, as I mentioned, is currently pushed a little bit farther east than it was at 9Z. Have this cold front sweep through the region today, and behind that we'll have a large area of high pressure building into the Mid-Atlantic region for the remainder of the week, and that'll provide us with less humid and much more comfortable conditions. Looking at our prog charts the next few days, here's our Wednesday midday planner. You can see that cold front moving through. Showers and thunderstorms along that cold front. Most likely will be a broken line of showers and thunderstorms trying to approach the region during the late afternoon evening hours today. Over the overnight time period of Wednesday night, going to have fairly decent conditions overall, a little bit breezy with the cold air advection moving in, giving us some cooler temperatures than we've been seeing lately, and also we're seeing a little bit of breezy conditions as well. Here our Thursday AM planner, very nice conditions overall, high pressure building in, and then Thursday afternoon we'll have high pressure overhead, lower dew points, less humid conditions, and temperatures in the lower 80s. And Friday we'll have a very similar weather story as we will have tomorrow. Have temperatures in the lower 80s in general, lower dew points, so very nice conditions. Looking at our risk chart for today, we'll have a high of 87 degrees, low of 67 tonight, a orange for precipitation and lightning for the late afternoon to evening hours, with that cold front moving through. We'll have winds possibly near 25 knots with those thunderstorms moving through, and a possibility of our ceilings below 500 feet or visibilities below a mile with those thunderstorms briefly providing those conditions. Our winds today will be out of the west-southwesterly component, about 8 to 13 knots in general, gusting possibly up to 19 knots. And tonight we'll have a northwest wind 8 to 13 knots, possibly gusting up to 18 knots. Our 24-hour terminal forecast will have partly to mostly cloudy skies this morning. Possible ceilings around 3,000 feet. Overall, that ceiling was less likely than the scattered coverages we're currently seeing now. Move into the afternoon hours, we'll have a 10% chance of thunderstorms after 1300 local, and a 45% chance of thunderstorms after 1600 local. That'll last till about 1900 local, and then just a chance of some lingering rain showers. Tomorrow morning, at 8 o'clock in the morning, we'll have just a few clouds at 1500 feet. Our tides are slightly above normal, and looking to Thursday through Friday, we'll have green chart for that time period. Temperatures in the lower 80s for highs. Thursday, high of 83. Thursday night, we'll have a low of 61, and Friday, a high of 82. In the next 7 days, we'll have a high of 87 today, as I mentioned. Temperatures in the lower 80s for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Very nice conditions all 3 of those days. Lower dew points, allowing those overnight lows to get into the 60s. So, be a much better conditions overall. We've been seeing in the last few weeks very humid conditions, and we'll have a break from that for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That high will move off the coast for the second half of the weekend and early next week, and that's going to provide us with a period of warmer conditions, as well as the humidity returning to the region. Temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s for Monday and Tuesday, with our dew points back in the 70s. So could be dealing with some heat indices, possibly near 100 degrees once we move into early next week once again. That's going to complete the weather brief for this morning. Hope everybody has a great day. Back tomorrow morning at 8:15 and at 10 a.m.